Greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. Just like last week, we'll do it with the rune and then a tarot card for clarity and an additional rune for clarity for each position. At the very end, we will pull from the Crystal Grid Oracle deck for this week. It's been a while since I've used this deck, so I'm excited to share that with you. In your energetic past, we have the rune of Fehu, which is the rune of abundance. This is cattle wealth, calling in abundance rather than chasing it, being distracted by other investments and responsibilities. We can be grounded to our divinely guided path and stick to what works, what got us that abundance in the first place, right? And then stick to it and like balance those aspects of what abundance means to us. This is blessings or challenges of what abundance means to you in your recent past, Capricorn. Take a resonates, leave what doesn't as we continue this rune reading, and also let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for you at the end. Please don't forget. All right, the Death card, reversed. Interesting. Maybe hung up on aspects of how you think things should be. The Death card is about endings making beginnings, beginnings making endings kind of energy, where it's just a portal to another thing. So the Death card reversed is like maybe seeing a challenge with that. Maybe you're hung up on an aspect of this where maybe it's you feel like this is very seasonal or limited abundance in your recent past. Maybe you think this isn't an infinite supply. Maybe you have doubts about it. Hagalaz, the rune of clarity here. This is unintended eventualities, natural disasters. The hail rune here is an opportunity to look at it as happening for you rather than happening to you. We all have a lot of these in our lives, these moments. They're unintended eventualities, car repair, house repair, things happen, right? It could be just feeling like you're, either blessed or challenged with aspects of these. But with this, I think it's needing to release that aspect of abundance that's very not healthy. Right? It's probably like a worldly attachment to something not healthy. What you think abundance is, maybe it's likes on social media, for instance, which definitely is not healthy. If that's your goal, I'm sorry. Please don't subscribe to me. So in your now energy is the U branch, the U tree rune of Iwas. This is an irreversible rune where it's about durability, flexibility, and the like. So you're in this energy of needing to be balancing the new information that you're receiving and how you apply it. How are you gonna shed your layers and step into your new becoming, or are you going to just be like the squirrel on the tree of life, going back and forth, a terrible communicator, and just keep it all spinning around, right? Keep you spinning in place, essentially. So that's the blessing or challenge of that aspect in your life. In your card of clarity, here's 9 of Wands reversed. Okay. I'm seeing some doubt, some self-doubt here, but I think you're gonna be all right. With the 9 of Wands reversed, I see you really hesitant on your path. Maybe you're having your doubts about your path still because of this, maybe Hagalaz, and because it's not as abundant as you thought it would be. Again, where are you looking for that abundance? I mean, what's that mental string that's attached to abundance? Like, let's fix that. Theresa's here is being very thorough, needing to be very thorough in this energy. Dotting I's, crossing T's, doing the tedious research, doing your due diligence, mental mise en place, mess in place, getting your ducks in a row, so to speak. Being able to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So gather your intelligence now so you can apply it. I mean, easier said than done for a lot of people. I get it. And these are all challenges that we always have come at us as tests in our lives. So in your energetic near futures, Ingwas, the god Ing's rune is irreversible, full of stability, healed divine masculine, ego balancing, um, responding rather than reacting. This is that container that the contains that seed, right? The fertile soil of the seed is that divine timing, that practice in divine timing, where you're having that faith in knowing what you planted the seed will open at the right time, and it'll grow roots at the right time, and then it'll shoot up something above ground at the right time. Um, and you're coming with this knowing rather than guessing here in the near future, which is beautiful. Less squirrel brained energy, I think. Less self doubt and being in your head. I think you're balancing that out somewhere, getting more stable. Page of Pentacles, yeah, slow incoming message of I see you like doing this as a very gradual process, slow, sure, uh, but it is still progress. The Page of Pentacles is receiving information about more abundance, good direction to go in grounded, healthy ways, fertilizing the soil so you can have more yield. Right? You don't fertilize the plant; you fertilize the soil. You give it that good stuff. Right? So you're receiving that information here on how to do this healing work in your near future, which is beautiful. Let's see what's in your. Yeah. Okay. The rune of clarity for this is again, I was more being. It's like exercising a muscle here, making it a habit. It's that flexibility and durability and that strength, the endurance, all of that, the balancing of the information received from the great condor in the tree of life, and relaying it with the serpent at the bottom, the great serpent at the bottom of the tree of life, right? Balancing out that information and being able to sway with any storm that happens in your life in a lot better ways because you're more stable, because you are receiving better guidance into what abundance means to you. Maybe this is overcoming some programming, like some conditioning, like spiritually, emotionally, mentally, kind of, or maybe even just the way we were raised, right? Like something you were convinced of your childhood that you've ever since always believed, right? And you don't know why. This is influenced by the rune of communication, Anzus, yeah. Receiving divine downloads, prophetic dream work, healing. Again, you're going to get that grounded communication here. This is blessings or challenges with the influence of, you're in the influence of that communication. So maybe, yeah, receiving bad advice, or maybe having attachments to how you communicate. Interesting. Let's get a card here before I say too much more. Okay, Five of Wands reverse. You're realizing that deceit has no place here, and you're kind of like, you maybe have found out this thief of swords through communication. Maybe this is a rumor. I wouldn't ever believe a rumor, y'all. But go within for divine grounded clarity. Ask divine for a sign. That's a good practice too. But we'll get some advice here in a minute. Rune of clarity for this: faith is tested. Like maybe you're gaslit, you held your ground. Faith is tested, right? You're grounded in your sense of stability. The algaes, the elk rune here is that built-in divine defense, built-in divine connection, protection, all that good stuff, right? That's holding your ground, being in your faith, open to that communication, and you're like finding out who that spy in your camp is, who's collecting all the swords, and that could be actually that blessing in disguise kind of energy, where it's like, okay, now I get to do something about it thoroughly, Yeah. Make sure that's a responsive energy, not an ego kind of energy, but this is you rebuilding your legacy. Get into your legacy work. Othala here is your advice for the now. Is it lasting? Is it not lasting? Is it perpetual or is it transitory? Right? Is it lasting and healthy or lasting and not healthy? Make sure you have that health aspect and that lasting good foundation. Foundations are best built with diversity. Yeah. So, with that, let's get a card. Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, the time of rest is over. The time of grieving is over. The time of that reflection and going within in response to whatever that thing that happened was, that's over. Now it's time to build. Yeah, it's the saying, now is time to build. Now. Like now. Be in the now. Reho is that surrender to divine flow. This is leaving that house, spouse, or career. This is why I say that is because you're not saying yes anymore to those discordant or unhealthy or abusive type of energies. You're following the vibrational match of your divinely guided path, which is your foundational work. You're laying your foundation, right? So staying in energetic flow, being present is how we do that, right? Grounded, but with one foot forward in step with divine flow, and building a legacy that way. Now, and that's, you're called to be very present right now and be very mindful of what you're doing with your legacy work, right? Because history is written every day, whether you like to admit it or not. All right. Energetic outcome for this is leading by example, more manifesting in great ways. Leading by example, what I mean is this is the torch. This is Kenaz, the light that lights the path for yourself, but also for others. Other people are watching your light. They see your light. They see you trailblazing. This is manifestation energy, like the whole wands suit in tarot. Yeah. This is Pac-Man gobbling up dots, wanting to go forward. Okay, it's not super fast momentum energy, but it is wands energy. It is fire energy. But make sure it's a controlled leading by example and not full-on chaos, right? You still want to have that to look forward to in your near future, right? So this is you more like practicing what you preach, taking the advice. Anything you see in others is a reflection of yourself. You know that. Anytime you give out power off. Well, sorry about that. That was my Bluetooth. But anyway, with this, it is time for a card of clarity. Queen of Cups reversed. Interesting. Yeah. So, this is, this is more just being now, but being very active. It's not really being... I see you really stepping out of your comfort zone. I see you opening yourself up to new ways of understanding, but letting go of aspects of, like, Queen of Cups is really, you need to probably do this with a mindful approach of how you are with the divine feminine, especially your divine feminine energy. We all have aspects of divine feminine and masculine. But this is unhealthy. I think this is you releasing unhealthy emotional attachments to what that abundance is to you. I really do it. And I think this is you willing to start over with the Queen of Cups reversed. Yeah. Let's see what the rune of clarity here is. Dagaz is about that clarity, transmutation, all about the divine alchemy, true divine alchemy. This is you at the fulcrum and the balance. in the middle of all this dichotomy energy, this and that, maybe even realizing false dichotomies. Regardless, you're at this like point in the middle where nothing and everything exists simultaneously, and mastering that energy. You coming out of this as your butterfly out of the chrysalis with that infinite amount of clarity. This is fire energy. This is also fire energy, Capricorn. Yeah. Daga's clarity, very clear vision, moving you forward, helping you manifest in more divinely masculine, healthy type of ways. You're releasing your attachment to whatever that was. And you're increasing your durability and your toughness and your resilience and all of that, and in healthier ways, in more stable ways, by being open to receiving this very grounded advice. Yeah. All right, crystal grid oracle deck for you. Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity is Capricorn need to hear for this week's divinely guided rune reading. What one single card of clarity does Capricorn need to hear for this week's divinely guided rune reading? That is more than one. Please show us one card of clarity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful green on this. This is manifestation, epidote. Beautiful, beautiful energy on there. So you can screenshot, zoom in on the card, crop it, carry it with you, lock in the energies of this rune reading and the energies of the crystal grid you see on there on the card. You can carry it with you this week. That's a beautiful way to honor this space. So with 6, this is, I'm a life path 6, so this is a lot more of how we relate with others in our tribe, in our community, and with ourselves internally too, with how we are with responsibilities like familial style type responsibilities. So this is beautiful manifestation work. Epidote is about manifestation, abundance, and spiritual attunement. The grid consists of epidote, alantisite, alantisite, quartz as well. So beautiful image there. Epidote is a stone of abundance and will increase or attract what you are sending out into the world. For this reason, this stone is not for everyone. If you are emanating fear and negativity, epidote will bring more reasons to be fearful and more negativity towards you. In drawing this card, epidote is asking you to look at what you are drawing into your life at the present moment. Yeah. Is it transitory or is it perpetual? What are you leaving behind in this world? If you are emanating joy and positivity, it will attract more joy and positivity in your life. Gridding with epidote is therefore a very powerful tool. If you have a project or idea of what you want to attract or increase, epidote will help you do this, or help you with this. Remember, pure thoughts are strong intent, and strong intent are key. Atlantisite is placed here as well to bring in balance and calm. It is reputed to help you access past wisdom, which is always beneficial with manifestation. It is always a reminder about balance. Just like the yin and yang symbol, remember that when you think what you think is negative can actually be a gift from which you can learn. Atlantisite is mainly serpentine and beautiful, and it's a beautiful stone to activate your kundalini and release any blockages you may have when manifesting your desires. Keep in mind that sometimes you won't always get what you want when you try to manifest, because you may have blocks you may need to work on first. This is what your grid may bring up for you instead. Always look for a reason why something manifests in your life. Always look for that, all right? Everything is always as it should be. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.